Hello, welcome to the TSS Garage. I'm Zach Chrisman, undercar training specialist for Total Shop Solutions. Today we want to spotlight the Easy Toe Adjust feature, which is available on our alignment equipment. Modern vehicles can be very sensitive to adjust, partly because of more precision manufacturing processes, but moreover the use of electric powered and variable driven steering mechanisms. These systems can be finicky to adjust because of their reliant use on sensors and torque input. Because of this, there's a few considerations you may want to take into account. Let me show you some features on the machine that you can take advantage of and allow the machine to go to work for you to come out with a better result and a more precise finish. A mistake or challenge we often have when we're making a final toe adjustment or trying to achieve a straight steering wheel the first time is understanding what's really at play here. A better method is to go ahead and loosen your adjusters left and right, and looking at the screen where you can see all of your front axle data, bring both your left and right toe close to your desired set point. At that point, you've done a rough-in or a gross total toe change. What you want to do is leave your adjusters free and clear from that point and move to the next step. Once you've completed your total toe change and you're ready to center the steering wheel, bring the vehicle back down, remove the steering wheel lock. I have this display here for ease of use. We're simply going to equalize toe and steer to center. I like to use something of reference for center, such as a steering column housing, or maybe in the case of a round assembly, a piece of painter's tape or something like that. Just something to help identify where true center is. Go ahead and turn left, right, and then I like to slowly come back to center from one direction, stopping at center and letting go. If the steering wheel likes to return back to the right on its own, it's okay to pass center and let go as long as it returns on its own back to center. The reason for this will become more clear in just a moment, but by going from one direction back to center, this is going to increase your chances of being a little bit more precise. Once you've centered the steering wheel to your liking, we're going to go ahead and enter the Easy Toe function on the aligner. Note it says to make sure your steering wheel is level, and notice how it does not ask us to use a lock. Since we just verified that on our vehicle, we're ready to proceed. Locking the steering wheel during this step may induce unwanted energy into the steering column that may come back to bite us in the end. Clicking next, we come to this transition screen. The software allows us to change the steering angle to allow for access for hard to reach adjustments. If we're under the vehicle with clear access, go ahead and proceed. Now that we're here on our right front, let's go ahead and make our adjustment. Now we're in the car, ready to make our right front final toe adjustment. Here's a tip for you. Don't just put a wrench on it and hope for the best. Actually look at the data. If your wheel's negative, that means it's toed out. In this case, we need to bring it closer to the center, and because my tie rod is behind the axle center line, that means I need to open the tie rod up or extend the tie rod. So that's the direction I'm going to start out going. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen my adjuster, and we're going to start to make our adjustment. What I'm trying to do here is not overshoot and maybe slightly come up a little bit short. So I'm going to go ahead and stop at about 8 or 9 hundredths of a degree. My intention here is as I tighten the adjuster, which on this vehicle is 55 foot-pounds, no need to go King Kong here. The bolt stretch, click, there's 55 pounds, is going to get me closer to the goal. We only got about 100th out of that, close enough. Moving to the next side. We're going to advance the screen and make our left side adjustment. What the aligner has done for you is accounted for the steering angle. If the left side had moved at all during the right side adjustment, a compensation has taken place behind the scene, allowing for you to focus on the task at hand and ultimately a better outcome. Our goal here was to hit the same number achieved on the right, which hopefully you did, and that was your target number. If you overshoot by a couple hundredths of a degree or less, try to resist the urge of backing off your jam nut and readjusting. This just builds the tolerance that's stacking up against you. Once completed, the software will walk you through an equalization process. When we click next here, it's going to ask us to steer to center to adjust. If the vehicle's up in the air, like it is in our case, I'm going to bring this thing back down to earth and do this from the main reading screen. It's just simply easier. However, the software's goal here is to get you to the same point, and that is verify your results by equalizing toe and then verifying a straight steering wheel. Let's go ahead and move into that procedure now. For our final steering wheel level check, we're simply going to take the steering and induce energy left, right, and back to center, referencing the data on a display. Whether you have a remote display or you're looking at the front axle only on your screen, have visibility. So I'm going to turn left, I'm going to turn right, and I'm going to slowly come back to center, looking only at the data, not at the steering wheel, until my toe is equal and opposite. Once I'm equal and opposite, I'm going to let go of the steering wheel, and if the data remains equal and opposite, I'm going to answer myself honestly, is my steering wheel level or not? If it's level, we're done. 600s, perfectly straight. We're good. We've finished our steering wheel centering check. Everything looks great. We've looked at all of our data. There's nothing left to do. Remember, some vehicles may require a steering wheel calibration, sensor relearn, or 0 point. This would be the time to do that. In conclusion, I just want to share with you guys, my goal with these is not really to show you any one method that's written in stone or even warranted 100% of the time. My goal here is to help you in the art of becoming a master at modern vehicle alignment. And I think that's important. So appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you on the next one.